Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. My name is Indra. I will see you in just a second. How you doing, Gemini? Pretty intense energies lately, eh? If you've never viewed me before, my name is Indra, and I'm a new tarot channel on YouTube. I definitely appreciate you clicking on this video. Okay, so today we're going to do a Celtic cross spread for you. Um, I've already pre-shuffled ahead of time. So here we go. Let's see what we have for you. Okay, so before we begin, I'd just like to take a prayer. Okay, there we go. So first and foremost, showing on the bottom of the deck, we have King of Cups. I'll just show you that to you now. So the King of Cups is diplomatic. He's emotionally secure. He is wise, kind-hearted, and peaceful. Um, and I should just say as well that I am also a Gemini. So I'm expecting, I mean, the last reading I did on the channel for Gemini, actually my first reading on the channel, um, I, it was super in resonance with me. So I'm expecting that it will be more of the same today, to be honest. Okay, so I am also going to I forgot to do this. But this time around, I'm actually going to just flip them all over all at once because I'm still in practice right now. I'm still training and I'm still experimenting. So I'm just curious to see what difference it makes for myself as a reader. Okay. So, okay. Hmm. Lots of cup energy. So for me, the way I'm interpreting this, bottom of the deck, King of Cups is kind of like just an overall vibe of the reading. Okay, so I'm gonna just sort of tap into that for various placements as I see fit. So for your current energy, you've got the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups can represent family, appreciation, gratitude, ending of a difficult chapter, and belonging. For me personally, I'm feeling very aligned right now in life, particularly in the last week. I've definitely felt more connected. I've also been meditating, which is something I've really struggled to sort of like implement into my life, sort of thus far. But finally, I feel like I've sort of turned a new page. So as I was saying to you, the Ten of Cups can represent the ending of a difficult chapter. Uh, Again, with me, because as I was saying to you, I'm a Gemini, so I will be using myself as an example. Yeah, I've I've had a really difficult time over the last sort of 10 years, honestly. It's been a really rocky road. And that, people would call that the awakening journey, the initial sort of awakening journey that we can sort of go through. It's always sort of topsy-turvy for that sort of first while. It obviously depends on each individual, but yeah, I definitely feel a turn of energies lately. As I was saying in my previous reading for Gemini, like it's very much like this sort of energy of like the end, like writing a new book or writing a new chapter in the book. Um, so it could just be that you're, you're feeling more belonging in the universe. You feel like you're more secure in your place in the universe. Essentially, your life feels much more sort of grounded, centered, balanced, stable in general. You could also be talking about how you have a family, and the harmony in the family is much more strong now. And also, Ten of Cups is also a card of appreciation and gratitude. So absolutely, I'm feeling that. And I mean, meditation will do that for you a lot of the time. So definitely, I'm feeling the benefits of that. For example, King of Cups is also emotionally secure. He just show you a close up of him again. So the King of Cups, as you can see, he's sort of sat there on his throne, unmoved and centered, grounded, right, stable. And in the background, you've got all these waves, this sort of chaotic ocean happening in the background. And to be honest, this is probably the card for meditation. Maybe also Hierophant, but for me, this is the card for meditation in the tarot. Um, the idea is that with meditation, we're going to tune. The goal is to sort of bypass your analytical mind and go into your subconscious, or at least one of the main sort of goals of meditation. And so, we have to basically calm the thoughts down and enter different brainwave states where there's less activity. Okay, so it's very much about like calming the activity and remaining like sort of centered and balanced, right? So it could be that you're also meditating right now, or it would be great if you did, if you're not. Um, or it could just mean, you're feeling much more emotionally secure in general. As I say, like you're finding your place in the universe, so to speak. So moving on, we've got the Nine of Pentacles for an energy that's either helping or hindering your current energy. I'll just give you a close up. So it could be that you, as I say, you could be starting to meditate, um, or slow down, because Nine of Pentacles can represent like slow energy, slowness, kind of like that Taurus, slow-moving energy, patient. So it could also mean security as well. So it could just mean, as I say, there's a strong vibe here of security, emotional balance, emotional security, feeling emotionally secure. So yeah, there's definitely this feeling of like security. Um, and it could just be that you're appreciating life much more right now, much more in gratitude, um, because the Nine of Pentacles can represent enjoyment, um, and success. It could be that you're having this newfound level of success that maybe you're able to overcome obstacles that you previously weren't able to overcome for a long time. Okay, that's all that's coming through at the moment. And for the basis of the reading, we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles can represent collaboration, growth, definitely a strong vibe of growth here. Um, Teamwork as well. You could be collaborating with someone. You might have, maybe if you're in a relationship, you have more cooperation between you, much more harmony, uh, kind of being in sync with one another on the same page. Um, it could be that you're finally able to like sort of build those foundational things in life. Maybe the morning routine or whatnot is worth having a look at if you're not already. It could be that you're having much more of a strong sort of morning routine or flow throughout your day, that's setting you up and helping you with your day, and obviously is helping you to feel much more grounded and centered in your life, etc. And it could be that you're picking up something new. Again, it could be related to your morning routine, your structure in general, your life in general, because it's a card of sort of embracing the learning experience and like embracing being an apprentice. So learning, taking new things on. Okay, what have we got here? So for the recent past, we've got Two of Swords. Two of Swords is a card of uncertainty, avoidance, hesitation, um, reluctance, and also indecision. So it could have been in the past you were sort of not sure where to go, like what direction to go in. Maybe um, you were feeling kind of like frustrated and kind of lost and feeling kind of like trapped in your emotions because the moon's here as well. So it could be speaking about like emotions, or it could literally be. I mean, look, she's blindfolded, right? She's closing her eyes. She's still. Um, the waters behind her, the body of water is very still and slow, uh, and yeah, just very still, very static and calm, you might say. So it could just be that you recently started to meditate again. It's very much, very interesting. It's like here I'm getting that as I was talking to you before. You've got the waters behind him, very chaotic. Well, look at the waters behind her now, very still, right? So, and she's gone within, right? So it could just be that you're starting to meditate more, as I say. And this is then helping you to sort of move forward and really gain appreciation and gratitude for the finer things in life. You know, as they say, the best things in life are free. That's right. So the sun for your what is it? Your potential result. What is it? Hang on, excuse me a second. It's your potential outcome. Yeah. So the sun is number 19 in the major arcana. It can represent happiness, joy, positivity, energy, and success. It's a great card in the tarot to have in your reading because many people like to say that it's literally the best card in the tarot. So definitely there's this revival energy here for your potential outcome. Definitely there's this sense of rebirth and hope and happiness and joy and all the good feelings and emotions and having basically a newfound level of success and yeah, just a real revival energy. So it looks really, really good, honestly. You couldn't really wish for a better placement. Uh, so in the near future, we have the Six of Wands. Now, Six of Wands can represent sort of demon slaying or dragon slaying. I always imagine this scene as like kind of like a champion hero type figure returning to the village after he slayed the dragon that was terrorizing the village for, decades or something, and he's returned a hero. So it could very much indicate like this energy of sort of overcoming a huge obstacle um, and being successful in what it is that you want to move into. It can also represent fame as well, and just a victory in general, as I kind of alluded to moments ago. So with the fame, it could represent just having recognition, like a newfound level of recognition by your peers, maybe your family, just acknowledgement in general for the work that you've been doing. And yeah, what else? Let me just, before we move on. So it can also represent being more confident as well and attaining a new level of success. Next, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands, this is in the self position. So this represents sort of how you are influencing the situation in your life. So yeah, the Seven of Wands can represent kind of being determined, persevering, being passionate, um, being vehement about something, standing up for what's right, standing up for defending good as well. It can also represent defensiveness in general, but I don't really feel that's the case here. And it can represent inner strength. So for you, I feel like it represents inner strength for the most part. It represents sort of like that tenacity that we all have within us, and that ability to sort of go within and pull a rabbit out of the hat, so to speak, pull out some like just kind of like raw determination and willpower in order to move forward. Um, just to give a little backstory with this card as well. So you don't see them on the card, but there's apparently like say like five like little gang sort of horrible people attacking the guy in the image, and he's basically, to me, it's an energy of being a starseed as well, and kind of like going against the grain, and also kind of just rebelling against the status quo, the pressures that we feel when we feel different in the world, but we know we're right, not to be like egoic, but like we know what we stand for is the truth, so it can also represent standing for the truth. And yeah, so he's basically defending himself vehemently and standing up against the bullies, so to speak. But it could also represent, in this case, kind of standing up against kind of like the dragon, as I alluded to earlier. And if you notice, they're similar figures actually. Now I see it: 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. They're kind of like a similar figure. It's almost like they've almost got like the same haircut and whatnot. And it's like that was him defeating that dragon, right? What I talked to you about. And it's like that's when he's returning after being victorious. So, man, I'm loving this reading. Honestly, it's a beautiful reading. So, in your environment, in the area of your environment, we've got the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles can represent an accumulation of sort of material things. Pentacle energy in general can represent the material world. It can also represent being cautious, conservatism, ownership, and stability. So I do feel like in your environment, it's really been helpful that maybe you've had like a stable family around you supporting you. I know that's the case for myself. And again, just to sort of revisit that, I'm totally in resonance with this reading. It's quite literally as if I'm reading for myself, so that's really, really fun to do. So it just feels like finally you've got a firm footing in life, and this is then able to like lend itself very well to your healing and your rebalancing, you being able to move on in your life. But things maybe also the pentacle energy can be very slow moving. Again, kind of like Taurus. Taurus is a strong earth sign, right? It's like it took a while to get here. Okay, um, so definitely, yeah, it looks great. The tower in your hopes and fears placement. So let's just explore that for a moment. So in the hopes and fears, why would you have the tower? The tower can represent a sudden shock, a sudden change as well, a perceived disaster. Um, Purification. I feel like it's talking about purification, to be honest with you, and sort of destroying, kind of like letting go of things that need to be let go of, and that sort of change, kind of like energy. You know, obviously, when we're having blessings showered upon us in life by the universe, it can be kind of challenging as well, because it's like, on one hand, obviously, you're really happy to receive these new blessings, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but I have to leave this old life behind. So the hopes and fears are very much linked. So if you have, if let's say like, I'm not sure, I'm not necessarily picking this up for your reading, but let's say you wanted loads of money, right? That would be your hope. But then on the flip side of fears, it would also be money, because you hope that you get it, but at the same time, you'd fear that you wouldn't get it, right? So they're kind of linked, because ultimately it's attachment. So attachment can go kind of like positive and negative in a sense. So it could just be maybe, yeah, just fear of change in general, like in a way, subconsciously perhaps. But it looks great, honestly, overall. I don't feel like it's a problem. So I feel like you're moving past it. I mean, the sun, we got the sun here. So it's like
don't worry about it so much. Don't pay attention to it so much if this is the case. We've got the sun here, so the sun doesn't fear any darkness, right? It just blasts through it, right, with raw energy and power. So finally, we have the Knight of Swords as your outcome. The Knight of Swords is hasty. Sorry, not hasty. Well, he is hasty, but he's determined, actually. He is he's restless. Uh, he's focused. He's decisive and swift. I just feel like it's talking about you're going to be taking swift action moving forward. I mean, look, he's racing ahead, right? He's racing ahead, and now that I see it, there's very much like this white horse kind of energy here. Like, I really need to Google that, like what that actually means, because I wonder what it means. I got that quite a lot in my last readings, but yeah, look at the white horses here. If you're watching this and you know what that means, or you think you might know what that means, I'd love to hear it. Like, so definitely leave me a comment for future readings. But yeah, it just means that you're marching on ahead, honestly, um, decisively, swiftly, uh, life moving forward at rapid pace, I feel. So, there you go, Gemini. This was a great reading. I think this is my favorite reading, actually, thus far, like on my channel, I feel. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, definitely leave me a like. I'm a new channel. It really goes a long way if you do. Leave me a comment. That really helps sort of boost the algorithm and whatnot. Yeah, subscribe for more. I'm posting these every day. I aim to do a reading every single day on the channel. That's my goal for the time being. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. My name is Indra Montes. I'll see you in the next one.